So on a day where heroes and villains are made, Argentina lead 2-0 at halftime at the Lusail Stadium against France. And we're streaming live at Calendar's event and bar and lunch. That's where we're watching the World Cup final today. Calendars, that's the venue of attraction. It's the ideal place for your Christmas vacation, and you've got to be here if you're going to come to town and enjoy the Christmas in Takrady. You definitely got to look out at calendars. But I'm here with Kofi, Percy, and Lucky. What a half we've had. Dominant display from Argentina. France yet to master a shot on target. And prior to the start of the game, in all of France's knockout games, they've had an XG of 1.72. If you go by the numbers, it's not surprising you're down by 2 goals and you're lucky.
No, it's not surprising at all. And I think that it's down to how Didier Deschamps has set his team up. And what Scaloni has done so well is to be able to spot the inefficiencies and the deficiencies in that French national team and to capitalize on it. I told you that what they do so well is to use Griezmann as a conduit to initiate an attack and exploit the spaces, the pace of what is called Kylian Mbappe. We've seen very little of Antoine Griezmann because of the workload of Alistair, Fernandez. These guys have worked so well, and what they've done that is also so crucial is they've neutralized the number of times Theo Hernandez comes forward. If you watch this French national team all throughout the tournament, their attack is mostly initiated on the left because of where Kylian Mbappe operates. And anytime what Theo Hernandez comes forward, there's either Rodrigo De Paul or Molina trying to marshal him and take the ball away from him. So I think it's about efficient and effective how efficient and effective what is it called the Argentine have been, and the setup which has neutralized the French national team. We're saying off air that they love to sit back and play to the pace of Mbappe. If you watch, there's always Alistair hovering around Antoine Griezmann. He is the guy that serves as a link man between the midfield and the attack. So Alistair is always around him trying to nick the ball. So as and when as the game wore on, you saw that he drifted to the right, and that was where Osman Dembele too was functioning ineffectively. So the coach had to quickly rub in the changes. So it's more of what France has failed to do. I mean, anybody watching this game would ask why it seems like they are not really playing because of how the Argentine team has set up. So kudos to Scaloni and kudos to the boys that were entrusted to do the job. There's another 45 minutes to go. Anything can happen in the game. I cut an excited figure because of my stance for Lionel Messi and the fact that I think he's goated. I told you in the first half there'll be 2 goals, but I cannot tell who is going for. Now it's official. The 2 goals have happened. There will be another goal in the second half that will kill it. I don't know where it's going to go, but obviously Argentina will take this trophy.
Kofi, we've had so many talking points, and amongst the pile has got to be refereeing decisions all throughout this tournament. There's a sect that believes everything is being skewed to aid Lionel Messi in lifting the World Cup. Argentina have had a record 6 penalties awarded to them, the most at a FIFA World Cup the most at a FIFA World Cup awarded to a single team. Your thoughts on that penalty call?
Well, everybody watching us, that was scandalous. That was never a penalty. Never a penalty
Di Maria was
by
ahead of his
any
man.
stretch of imagination. You see, football is a contact game. You would have to go back, measure the degree of contact. And for me, that's almost a touch with the finger. You can choose to overplay it. I mean, probably if it does go for you, I mean, that will get you in a joyous mood. But that was scandalous refereeing. I mean, imagine the whole world fixed on this game and you award this penalty. I mean, but I mean, beyond that. I think that I think that no, if you tell me it was soft, but I was still no. You see, no. The point is simple. The point is simple. The point is simple. Anywhere outside the box, that wouldn't be a foul. Yes, I'm telling you. Anywhere outside the box, that wouldn't be a foul. Because we've seen some of the decisions that have been taken in this particular game. Some of the decisions that have been taken against Argentina, against all of the other, against France. But I mean, it is what it is. The Argentines came out of the racks very early. They have showed a lot of promise. They have showed a lot of energy about them. I told you before the game that this is a game that will definitely go into extra time, and I have no doubt that this game will go into extra time. I think that we'll travel beyond the 90 minutes. France will eventually lift this World Cup.
Percy, your thoughts on that penalty call?
You already gave the statistics of the number of penalty, and funny enough, they've never had one awarded against them. And this is anybody who watches this World Cup, we've had the lows, ups and downs. This is the one of the lows which has been so consistent that one particular team, you have almost every opponent you come against talking about refereeing decisions against you. And this is not about trying to bring up conspiracy theories, but it's almost like, because if you check the Netherlands game, there was an incident like that. If you check the Croatian game, there was an incident like that. Modric talked about it. You had Wergos talking about it. You've even had, and with this particular game, I don't know whichever way that it will go, but you would definitely have the players talking if it doesn't go their way. And it is not what we were looking out for, because for every World Cup final, of all, will have controversies, but this is too obvious. You just mentioned it. You can't have consistent penalties given to you in every stage of this tournament: group stages, round 16, quarterfinals, semi, and final. It's too obvious that it's more like they are the only ones, and no team. Are you trying to say that the Argentines are the only ones who are fouled in the box? Giving out a penalty is not just about a contact with a player. The pedigree of the game is also part. The time with which the offense happens is also part. And at that time of the game, a penalty is simply a foul in the box. And this on any day. And we complained about the Ghana Portugal match having a penalty decision and the VAR not conducted. Why wasn't the VAR consulted? Why do we have VAR? It's like every single, all of the 5 or 6 penalties that Argentina has been able to gain. There has not been a single VAR consultation, not even one. All of them comes and the referees give them, and that is the end. And it is too obvious that even if they win by fair, the bottom line comes to that. Okay, this is because probably we have the notion that, okay, this is Messi's final World Cup. Everything has been marshaled to work out for him. Seriously, watching the game, it is not about trying to say I am biased, though, because I spoke about Messi and his greatness. If I were the players on the pitch, I might definitely lose interest, because that's what happened to the Croatians. After the penalty, they were off, because this one to immediately after they have, of course, the French have not really been at their best, but after the penalty, they played the worst football I have ever seen the French play. Save the game in the Tunisian match, or the Tunisian game that they play. So for this penalty, in 1,000 times, it's not supposed to. It's a treacherous one. I am not expecting this to happen, not because of my affiliation or anything, but it's too obvious. It's too obvious, and it's too consistent.
Now we look ahead to the second half. Lucky, Argentina have always allowed opponents back into the games whenever they've taken the lead. It took just 20 minutes for the Netherlands to get back and send the game to extra time. The French have 45 minutes. They've scored in all but one of the games they've played. Can they find something to get over the line against Argentina in the second half?
I think that, yeah, they can. Listen, you cannot discount the quality of the French national team. This French national team is stacked with a lot of talent. Look at the players they have. There's still Kylian Mbappe in there. There's still Olivier Giroud in there. There's still Antoine
Giroud
Griezmann
has
in there.
been
Sorry, Olivier Giroud has been taken off. What's Thuram is in. There's Antoine Griezmann in there. These are game changers. For me, it is about the mentality of the players coming into the second half. What would Didier Deschamps be able to tell these players? All throughout this tournament, this is the first time that they've gone into a game 2 goals down since this tournament started. So what will be the psyche going into the game? What will be the halftime talk? Because listen, there's a difference between a halftime talk when you are leading. There's a difference between a halftime talk when you are drawing, and there's a difference between a halftime talk when you are losing. And this is not just any loss. You are losing in arguably some of the players in their biggest games of the biggest game in their life, like Chouameni, like name them, Kunde, all the bar just about 3-4 players who have tasted World Cup glory before. So it's about what Didier Deschamps is able to marshal and tell the players. But I look at this Argentine side, you spoke about the fact that in the quarterfinals, they allowed the Dutch side to claw their way back. But in the semifinals, they were 2 goals ahead. They did not renege. They kept, their back line very tight. They kept stuck to their game plan, and they won the game by 3 goals to 0. I foresee similar thing happen in this game. I do not think that they will lose their head. They just have about 45 minutes to lift a trophy that has eluded someone like Messi. Some of the play, almost all the players in there have never tasted World Cup glory before. So for them, it's about 45 minutes plus just about 10-15 minutes of extra time to ensure that we also eke our name in the annals of greatness. I Like I said, and I'll forever hold my stance. I do not think that they will lose their head and they will lose this game. This game is not going to travel beyond the 90-minute plus whatever minutes they will add on. I think they will come very tight, very hold on to whatever setup they've been able to do. One thing I think Scaloni has done so well in this tournament is his ability to read opponent. You realize in the Croatian game when Dalic switched to a 4-3-3 and later he changed to a 4-2-3-1. What did Scaloni quickly do? He changed to a 3-5-2 formation. He reads his opponent and adjusts his team to his opponent. That is what I'm expecting him to do as the game wears on. How the French are able to change tactics, tweak the team around. Didier Deschamps is able to move the pieces of this team around. I expect that he should respond very well. Like I said, I still hold on to my prediction. There's going to be another goal in the second half, and that closes the docket on this game.
Kofi, you have the final word. In 1998, Didier Deschamps played in that World Cup. In the semi-final, France were down, and it took 2 goals from Lilian Thuram to spark the comeback, which they went on to win. They've got 45 minutes. Who in this French team do you think can be that spark?
Well, I mean, fortunately, he's brought Turam's son on. I think that the changes that he made were very positive. The changes that he made were quite obvious. That it was quite obvious that when they came back, the changes were made. The French played a lot better than they did prior to the changes, and so I think that this French team is tough psychologically. It's not beyond them to come back from 2 goals down. I don't think it's beyond them.
France have got 45 minutes more to salvage